Welcome to Collaborative Growth Coaching Podcast. Hi, I'm Christine Baylor-Goodlander.
And I'm Melanie Oliveri, and we're so glad you're here. This is a space for anyone who's ready to let go of what's holding them back, tap into their true potential, and create a life that feels meaningful and joyful.
Growth does not happen alone. It's about connection, support, and taking steps that feel right for you. Each week, we'll explore ways to shift your mindset, find clarity, and take inspired action toward the life you really want.
If you're ready to feel more confident, clear, and connected to your purpose, this podcast is for you. Let's walk this path together and discover the amazing possibilities waiting for you.
Welcome to Collaborative Growth Coaching, where your next chapter begins. Hey, good morning, beautiful people. It's Christine and Melanie back from Collaborative Growth Coaching with our weekly podcast. And this morning, we're going to dive deep into a message that can change everything. And the message is, your limiting beliefs are a lie. Anything is possible. And that's a quote from Abraham Hicks. And we're going to try to bust through those invisible walls that hold you back from opening doors to infinite possibilities. So if you're ready, let's get started. Let me tell you a little story. So imagine that you're an elephant, okay? You're in the circus, and you're a baby elephant. And in the circus, they tie a string around the leg of one of the elephants, and they tie it to a post in the ground. And so you try to get free, and you can't. And you try to get free, and you can't. And eventually you figure that you just can't get free. So years go by, you're this big, massive elephant, and you have this little string tied around your leg to a post, right? And you just figure you can't break free. And that is your limiting belief, is that little tiny string that holds you in place. So they're your old stories. They're not your reality. They're thoughts and stories that we tell ourselves about what we can or can't do or be or have. They're not facts. They're beliefs. And beliefs can be changed.
Abraham Hicks, another thing that he says, he has a lot of things that he says, is a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. But it's so true. If you think a thought long enough, it gets embedded in your brain. It gets embedded in your soul. But you can change that. It's not set in stone. It's like clay. All you need to do is reshape it. Maybe you've always had this belief that I'm not good with money, or I'm not good at attracting clients, or I have nothing to teach. It's a thought that you've practiced over and over again. What if you could practice a new thought? I am open and learning to attract abundance, or clients are drawn to my energy or Christine's energy. They're drawn to you. What is it you want to create in your life? What little thought can you change to help make that come into your life?
So our coach, our mentor, Mary Morrissey, she teaches a spiritual principle. Mary teaches that the universe is abundant and we're spiritual beings having a human existence. So limitations are a lie, right? Possibility is your truth. Let me share a story with you. We had a client, I'm going to call her Sarah, and she believed that she was way too old to start a new career. And that belief kept her stuck for years. She always wanted to write a book. And she felt that she had a lot to say, and she had stories to offer. And she just felt at this stage of the game, she was too old to make something like that happen. And that was a big dream for her.
Mm-hmm.
But when she challenged that thought, everything changed for her. She started writing, and crazy enough, she ended up with a New York's bestseller on the list. I mean, you can do anything if you change your mindset. So let me ask you this. What's one area of your life where you've accepted a limitation that you have as a truth? And what if accepting that limitation is just a story? Think about that for a minute. What if it's
Mhm.
just a story?
One of the things that is really important when we do coaching is people noticing what they're noticing.
Mhm.
So notice today, I offered you, notice, when does a limiting belief come up? And what is that limiting belief? And when it comes up, write it down. Because being aware of it, you, noticing it, being aware of it is the first step. Ask yourself, is this absolutely true? And if it's not, let it go. Visualize what is true. Feel it. And then choose a new thought. What empowering belief can you bring in? Even if you don't believe it, fake it until you make it. Practice it. Practice it every hour. Bring it in. Practice it 3 times a day. Practice it whenever it crosses your mind. And bring in that new, empowering belief. Think of your mind as like a radio. If you don't like the song that's on, you don't throw the radio out. You simply change the channel. Listen to something different. And when you listen to your voice. If you're thinking a limiting thought, your voice is going to go monotone. If you're thinking an empowering thought, you're going to hear it even in your head. You're going to hear that excitement or that enthusiasm.
Excuse me, we've seen clients that we've had go from being stuck and being placed in a box. They put themselves in a box and say, this is as far as I can go, and I can't go any further. Yet, when we get them to recognize that their thoughts of being unable to move forward, unworthy of more than what they have, that they can actually challenge those limiting beliefs that they have, they become far more successful in life than they thought they could possibly do. So I invite you to take a minute and say, what would you do if you truly believed that anything was possible? What dream would you go for?
I'd start a podcast.
I'd start I'd start a podcast and say, hey, people, we're going to tell you how to do this podcast. But what would you do if you could dream any dream that you want and make it a reality for yourself?
Remember, your limiting beliefs aren't the truth. They're just old stories. And you've got the power to choose a new story, take new action steps, and create a new reality for yourself. Wake up in the morning and say to the day, I am grateful for this day. I am open to new possibilities. You hear that limiting thought, that little niggling thought in the back of your head. God, I hate that thought. I am more powerful than any story I've ever told myself. Anything is possible. And that could be your simple affirmation of the day. Anything is possible. This week, I invite you to pick one limiting belief, write it down, question it, and choose a new thought to practice. Some people hear the word affirmation and they're like, what's that? I don't know how to do that. Pick a positive thought that's as simple as it gets and bring that into your mind every time that limiting belief comes up, every time you walk by and you see your mirror. Bring it up. Look at yourself in the eye and say, I am open to any new possibility that could possibly come into my life. Practice it. And then come on here and leave us a note and say, hey, I had a breakthrough this week. This is what I used to think. This is what I'm thinking now. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to celebrate with you. Thank you for tuning in today, Brave Thinker. If you found value in today's episode and our silliness, pass it on to a friend. Let them get the value too. Until the next time, keep dreaming big and taking bold action, even if you stumble over your words while you do it. Bye.
Bye for now.